Good evening. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Would you all join me in pledging to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let the record reflect that all board members are present. I will entertain a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second?
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. On the consent agenda, all of the following items, those items of a routine nature normally approved at board meetings, will be approved by one vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any or all of these items. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, and action on the following items A through X.
Move for approval. Second.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. We'll move on to information reports. Do we have a USPA representative tonight? UCTA, Ms. Gunter.
President Romerman, Dr. Federline, and members of the board. On January 30th, members of UCTA attended a civication dinner with Senator Gillespie. They were the only one there due to others being ill, and we're also gearing up for lobbying at the Capitol coming up soon. Several of our members have already requested to go to the Capitol this year to talk to legislators. We are also, several of us are attending the OEA organizing conference later this month. And I just wanted to say that we appreciate the guidance from Dr. Federline regarding the current immigration concerns that are out there. And I've heard from other presidents that their district is not giving any information. And so a lot of people were very appreciative of that. So thank you.
Thank you. Under hearings and correspondence, do we have anything on that section? No. Oh, we do have Red Hawks Rise Transition Program. Dr. Smith.
Yes, thank you very much, President Roberman, members of the board, and Dr. Federline. I'm so excited to be here today. As you can see, I have two very special guests behind me, one of which is our amazing transition coordinator, Emily O'Shaughnessy, and she is here. She's going to share a little bit with you tonight about the Red Hawks Rise Transition Program, and you get to hear from one of our students currently in the program, Chantel Tebow. Emily, I'll turn it over to you.
Done this before. Hello, thank you very much for this opportunity, allowing us to come and speak a little bit about our program. As Dr. Smith said, my name is Emily O'Shaughnessy. I'm the transition coordinator for the district, and part of my job responsibility entails overseeing the transition program. And the transition program was developed as a result of Oklahoma passing a law allowing individuals that graduate with an alternate diploma can stay in school for FAPE and through the age of 22. And so my goal with these individuals is to help them and their families make a seamless transition from school to adult life. Looking like I want their next day after they age out of the school system, that next day to look exactly like the day before. So with that said, I would like to introduce Chantel, and she wants to tell you a little bit about what her day looks like. Thank you. I do. What? You're going to read this. Can you go right into there? Okay. Can you come up closer?
My name is Chantel Tebow. I am 18 years old and I have disability. I need help with things. I need people to show me the thing first, to remind me about the things and to check on me to make sure I am doing the thing right. This is my first year in the WISE program, I want to tell you about my day. Keep going. When I get to school, I eat breakfast, and then I go to work. I work in a cafeteria. When I was getting my job, I had to fill out a lot of paperwork. They're laughing.
No, they like it. They like it. Get fingerprinted.
Get fingerprint and even do a drug test. It was a lot of work. I work with Miss Alma and Josie. Keep going. They help me know what to do. I wrap fruits, cookies, and bread, salt, chips, in filled containers. I clock in and out every day, and the best part is I get a paycheck. I have learned a lot. I learned that the freezer is really cold, and I have to wear a coat. It's not always easy. One day, I was taking out the trash, and I got locked out. I was so scared and cried. The ladies helped me and showed me the doorbell, so it doesn't happen again. Even everyone is nice in me. I am learning how to do my job and work hard. Mr. Shaughnessy says it is a safe place to make mistakes and learn. When I'm done at work, I eat lunch with my friends. After lunch, we sit together and visit about the day. We talk about the things that are happening in the world. The weather, what we did the night before, and what we are going to do the rest of the day. We do different activities every day. We work on laundry, cooking, how to act at work, how to change a light bulb, money, and how to stay safe. On Friday, we go in the community. We go grocery shopping. We go out to eat. We go and learn how to use food safely. We are going to Tulsa University, and I can't wait to ride a horse in March. Keep going. We also doing a coffee cart on Friday. We sell coffee to the staff at the freshman academy. I have to learn how to make coffee in espresso. Making an espresso is hard. When I'm done at the WISE program, I want to go to the college. I want to work with food, but not fast food. I want to live in a house with friends. I want to do things with my friends, like to go to Crumble Cookie, Starbucks, and learn how to ice skate. I like the WISE program. It makes me happy. My friends are nice. Miss Tipton's nice. Miss Emily's nice. Miss Adams nice. Miss Maria's nice. I like working the most thing. That is all for now.
There you go. Good job.
Thank you so much for letting us to present. A big shout out to Mrs. Powell with all the child nutrition support, Dr. Williams and Jay Logring letting us hire students and get reimbursement through DRS, and of course, wonderful Charlie Bushy has team that we are excited and hopefully we'll have a building all for ourselves for next school year. I'm happy to answer any questions, and so is Mrs. O'Shaughnessy as well, that you may have about the Red Hawks Rise program.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to the business agenda under instruction. First reading of the proposed 25-26 school calendar year. Dr. Federline.
President Romerman, members of the board, this is our annual bring to you the next year's instructional calendar. Both UCTA and USPA has had a little time to look this over, and as have members of the community. This is meeting with some pretty good reviews. It's basically a carbon copy of this year that we've just lifted and put onto next year's calendar. We had some very positive feedback from this year's calendar, so no action is needed for you at this time. This will be our 30-day first reading, and we'll take community input and input from any of our staff or any of you.
Any discussion? All right, we'll move on to personnel. Consider and take action on the changes to the 2024-25 early retirement incentive program participation list. Mr. Logring.
Thank you, President Romerman, Dr. Federline, members of the board. This is just an update. We did have 2 teachers withdraw their names from the ERI program, as they have an option to do throughout the year. So we do have 1 person who has a few more days to make a decision. If they do decide to drop, we will come back in March. If not, this would be the final ERI program. Numbers are just a little bit different with the 2 people stepping away, but that also means they will remain with us for the next year. Be happy to answer any questions you have.
Move for approval?
Second.
Mr. Reyes.
Yes.
Ms. McAdams.
Yes.
Dr. McNeil.
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen.
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Thank you. Under school operations, item number 1, consider and take action to award the commodity processing bids for the 25-26 fiscal year. Ms. Powell.
Good evening, President Romerman, Dr. Federline, members of the board. It is that time of year again to award our commodity processing bid for next school year. It's a little early thinking about that, but we always have to be ahead of the game. So we have 12 vendors that I am here to ask that you consider approving blanket purchase orders to purchase commodity processed items for next school year. Actually, this year we received 24% more funds than we did last school year. Of course, you know, groceries are expensive right now, so we're hoping that we can extend that a little bit further than we did last year, but we received just over $750,000, so that was really encouraging to me moving into next school year. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Move for approval?
Second?
Mr. Reyes.
Yes.
Ms. McAdams.
Yes.
Dr. McNeil.
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen.
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 2, consider and take action on the bid for the high school Mammoth Unit rooftop unit replacement and award the contract to Visionary Services LLC in the amount of $578,341 from bond funds. Dr. Robinson.
Yeah, President Romerman, Dr. Federline, members of the board. This first item is to replace 2 of the 7 rooftop air handlers that are original to the high school. So these rooftop air handlers have been in service for over 40 years. They've done a good job. They're workhorses of the old English wing at the high school. But even after putting our new roof on, we realized that we were still getting leaks, and a lot of the leaks were from the curb of these old units. The inside of them is just beyond repair, they're just time to be replaced. They're at end of life, so we seek your approval.
Discussion?
Move for approval? Second?
Dr. McNeil.
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen.
Yes.
Ms. McAdams.
Yes.
Mr. Reyes.
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Item number 3, consider and take action on the bid for the district-wide kitchen fire suppression system retrofit and award the contract to Shoemaker Mechanical in the amount of $235,405 from Child Nutrition Funds.
Yeah, these fire suppression systems, they're also known as ANSEL systems. They're the chemical grease fire suppression system. So if a grease fire breaks out over a range or on our stoves, this is the chemical that comes down to put those out. On our last annual inspection, 6 sites were determined to be yellow tagged, and there were no parts available because they were so old, so they had to get updated. Because we have to update them and bring them up to code, there's also some electrical components that have to be upgraded, some different types of breakers, and in several of these sites, the electrical system's too old to be upgraded, so we had to replace some panels as well. So it's also some electrical panel upgrades, and we seek your approval.
We're not worried about just getting one bid. That seems like a fair price. We're happy to pay.
We spoke with several contractors. We thought we were going to have 3 bids on bid day, one of which pulled out maybe 30 minutes before the 2 o'clock deadline. This was actually a surprise. We didn't even know they were bidding, so we feel like this is a competitive number.
Any discussion?
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Under Finance, item number 1, consider and vote to approve a resolution pertaining to the district's $37,500,000 combined purpose general obligation bonds of 2025, including fixing the amount of bonds to mature each year, fixing the time and place bonds are to be sold, approving the preliminary official statement and authorizing distribution of same, authorizing the clerk to give notice of said sale as required by law, and approving other matters related to the issuance of bonds. Dr. Williams.
Thank you. Good evening, Dr. Federline, President Romerman, members of the board. This is a resolution we bring each year as we prepare for our annual bond sale. This is the 2025 bond sale, $37.5 million. As you read in the introduction, this resolution does a number of things. It fixes the amount of the bonds that will mature each year. That'll be over a 5-year period. Describes the time and place and how the bonds will be sold, and approves the preliminary official statement, which was distributed electronically. Excuse me. As we normally do, the sale of bonds, which is of course governed by state law, we take electronic bids, and the date for those bids is March 10th. That'll be the date of the next board meeting. We take the bids, I believe it's at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then calculate the total interest cost and bring our recommendation to the board that evening. I'd be glad to answer any questions for you.
Are we worried about, like, the unsettling things that are happening across finance for this? Or are we pretty confident in our?
You know, it's interesting. Interest rates that we are receiving on our investments continue to remain high. So I feel pretty comfortable that we'll still have somewhat of a low interest rates when we sell these bonds. It won't be as low as what we've had over the last few years. But we're gratified that our investments are still holding at a nice rate.
Any discussion?
Move for approval.
Second.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
The chair votes yes as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, do we have anything under new business? Now we have an opportunity for comments from the audience or board members. No? Ms. Godley?
I do want to say we had Braden Powell and her team come out and talk to the students about behind the scenes of what happens in the kitchens, and also just what it takes to feed 16,000 kids in a day. I'm just always blown away by our team and what they're able to do and get kids excited about what the job of nutrition and dietetics looks like. So got to do it across multiple districts, and ours was by far the best. So just want to say thank you so much for doing that.
I would like to commend the Union Fine Arts Department on an amazing run of Footloose. That was fantastic. Hope everybody got to go see that. It's great. Anybody else? All right, then we will move on to item number 8, executive session. Motion and vote pursuant to Oklahoma statute Title 25, Section 307B1, to go into executive session to discuss the evaluations of the superintendent and chief financial officer.
Move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Dr. McNeil?
Yes.
Ms. McAdams?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
Yes.
The chair votes yes, and we are in executive session.